Hey, hey, you know what this is? My pivot. Pivot stance. You know what that means? Yes, so we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about pivot because let's face it, life happens, right? Happens to us or for us. And what makes a difference is how we react, or, maybe we're proactive, right? Either way, as proactive as we are, sometimes we are going to have to react. Now, here's the thing. We don't always get what we want, and things don't always happen the way that we want them to. That's it. So when things aren't happening the way we were hoping or the way we were wanting them to, well, what happens from there is we got to pivot and we got to make adjustments on the fly. Now, this is what got me thinking about this. Feels like my headphones are falling out. Trying to get used to these new ones here. So here's what I was thinking about this. So sometimes from a 30,000 foot view, things look good, right? When we get our checklist back from our processing department, that kind of gives us a brief overview of where our clients are, a brief snapshot. It's a time to discuss about, what may or may not be a good fit, what the strengths and the weaknesses are of their file, right? And sometimes from the surface, it looks like a line of credit or a term loan might be appropriate. But when we apply, find out, not so much, right? Maybe deposits are a bit too low for some lenders. Maybe there's a tax lien that we didn't know about, which can be overcome. That one can be overcome sometimes, like any number of things, right? And sometimes just a line of credit or a term loan is out of the picture. I'm working on this right now in a couple files where it's just not a good fit for the client for the client at the right time, right? Blah, 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 blah. Not a good fit for the client at this point in time. There we go. I got it out. Finally. So when that happens, we need to pivot. And often what that pivot is to an alternative investment or merchant advance type deal, right? Which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is sometimes we get so in our heads, right? We get so focused, we get so tunnel vision on what we want. Maybe we're hoping for, monthly payments or weekly payments. Now we're looking at something where it might be daily or weekly payments. And so having that flexibility, that capability to be able to pivot, to be able to say, okay, meet the challenges head on and roll with it is absolutely key. Because here's the thing, just because it's not necessarily a good fit right now, doesn't mean it won't be a good fit later. We know we have an idea of, okay, well, here are the weaknesses, right? Here is why this is a challenge, and here is why this is not happening. And this applies to any area of life. I'm just going to use business financing as the example because I've been dealing with this a lot this week so far, right? I know it's only Tuesday morning at the time I'm recording this, but I've been dealing with this a fair bit, right? So far this week. Yeah. So just being able to pivot because we now know what needs to be worked on, right? If you know why things aren't working out, you know what needs to work out. So like deposits are too low. Okay, we need more sales. We need to get you more volume, right? At the end of the day, businesses are all about sales. It's all about helping people. If you don't have people buying what you're offering, you don't have much of a business. So what do we need to do? Do we need to get sales up? Do we need to get ticket sizes up? Do we need to get more consistency in revenue, like more consistent cash flow? Do we need to get daily balances up, right? And it doesn't matter what area of life, we got to take that step back, say, okay, well, things aren't working out right now. Where can I pivot and what can I do to align myself or position myself to be in a better situation so that I can come back and revisit this 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, whatever that time frame is, right? So pivot. I wasn't into basketball or nothing, so I'm not good at the pivots. I'm just having fun with it. But that's what I got for you guys. Have a wonderful day. We're going to chat soon. Cheers. Where did I put the remote?